Hello, I'm Curran, and I'd like to tell you about VZCode. This project I've been working on. So it's open source, it's on GitHub. It is a multiplayer code editor. I think the best way to show it is to give a quick demo. So here, I've got this other project that has VZCode as a dependency, and it's published on NPM. And what I'm going to do is run the Vite dev server, and then run npm run edit, which will open up an instance of VZCode. So if I do npm run dev, this will open up the Vite dev server to this interactive program that I created that makes a circle, and you can follow the circle around by clicking. And then, if I run npm run edit, this will spin up an instance of VZCode, which is editing this program. So I can put these side by side and then do something like change the radius from this number to, let's say, 10. And it automatically saves. And then I can change it to like 50. When it automatically saves, it triggers Vite's hot reloading, which will trigger the circle to change size using a D3 transition. So this is something that VZCode is sort of specialized in, is working with systems that support hot reloading. And one of the coolest features is you can hold down Alt and drag the number to get this immediate feedback effect. What's happening here is it's auto-saving every 200 milliseconds and triggering the transition. So it seems like the seamless interaction where you get truly instant feedback. And then we can do something like change the color, change the hue of this in isolation from C, which is the chroma, or how far away from gray it is, and then the L, the luminance. And it's got this split pane feature, which is pretty standard. You can open up multiple tabs. You can also open up multiple instances of the connection to VZCode for collaborative pair programming. So I can change the color over here, and it automatically updates over here. And if someone else is editing the file, you can see their cursor. See their cursor? My cursor is over here, but in this other window, I'm seeing that cursor here as well. One thing it doesn't do yet is this showing the selection, which brings me to the GitHub issues. There's a bunch of GitHub issues in here. I've tagged some of them as good first issues to start with, or bugs that are preventing usability. And they're all organized in this Kanban board. So that one I was just talking about was presence. We want to show usernames. We want the ability to follow users around. And I've got some of these solutions sketched out in these issues. But it looks like we don't yet have an issue for presence. Show selections. So I'll make a new issue. In the VZCode codebase itself, we've got package.json, which shows that there is a npm run test interactive program. This is how we start the server locally. So if I say npm run test interactive, this will start the server. So once that pops up, you'll see these sample files and folders. This is another feature that VZCode supports, is directories. And if we look at the code of VZCode itself, that server is defined under source/server, and it uses ShareDB and Express to stand up a web server that has an instance of this data structure that represents the file system. And so this compute initial document looks through the file system and puts them into this document format that's compatible with ShareDB. And then the client makes a WebSocket connection to ShareDB and then leverages this code mirror integration. And this is Code Mirror version 6, which is an amazing, amazing editor. And it uses this package called CodeMirror-OT, which I created which integrates CodeMirror and ShareDB. And so that's where the collaborative real-time editing feature comes from. So yeah, there's lots of things to work on, like showing prettier errors. Right now, if you make a change, prettier will run and automatically format the document. But if you have a syntax error, like, I don't know, just make some syntax error, prettier actually detects that and presents this amazing error, and it's only visible in the console right now. One of the tasks before us is to show this error in a nice user-friendly way, and that's what this is about. Also, AI-assisted coding is something I want to introduce into this project. We're going to build something kind of like GitHub Copilot, but in an open source kind of a way. And I already did a proof of concept where I just plugged in some code to the OpenAI API playground, and it completed the code nicely. And then I just pasted that back into VZCode, and that's essentially the thing I want to see happen. You know, I want to be able to navigate my cursor to a certain place and say, okay, Mr. Robot, write some code for me, and then I want to see it streaming into the editor. So that's going to be super cool once it's working. I also want to leverage whatever CodeMirror extensions are out there to provide really intelligent auto completions, maybe by hooking into the TypeScript language server. So yeah, plenty of stuff to do. That's VZCode in a nutshell.